So it is Finance Fridays, and I am here with Brian Washington, and I'm going to let him introduce himself. And before we get started, I'm Cheryl Abrams Davis, your local DMV realtor. And I just wanted to give you a couple of snippets every Friday about financing for purchasing, refinancing, investment properties, and I'm going to feature a different loan officer every Friday to bring you information. So let's get started. Brian, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, Cheryl. Thank you, first of all, for having me on. I'm excited to be able to share. But again, Brian Washington with Prime Lending, and I have been in the business for now 21 years. The company I work for is a direct lender. So the company's been around now leaning toward 40 years, based out of Dallas, Texas, and we would call a direct lender. So we do several $billion across the country. I lend in all 50 states, but of course, the majority of my business is done right here in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, the DMV. What else can I tell you? We're normally in the top 1% of all lenders and in the country, and I'm pretty excited about it. Very stable company, and been here, now 8 years, and excited to continue on.
Wonderful, wonderful. And before we move over to the next question, you said that you're a direct lender. There are some people who don't even understand what that means versus a non-direct lender. Can you just, give us a real quick overview of what that means for people who don't understand what that means?
Sure, sure. You really have three types of lenders out here. You have banks who are in the banking business, but they offer mortgage services. Okay, that's one group. Then you have brokers who really are taking money from other financial institutions and lending it out. Okay, we ourselves, we have our own money in-house that we lend out, and in special circumstances, we'll partner with a preferred broker or preferred investor to offer specialized products.
Okay, that was a
got it all.
Perfect answer. All right, so moving right along, what message do you have for these three types of buyers? So we have the first-time home buyer, the move-up buyer, and investors. What is the message that you want to leave with them today?
Really, everyone, with all the information that's out here and is always out here in the marketplace, be it today, yesterday, 10 years from now, or, whenever, my message is look at your own scenario. You've got the world economy, things are happening. You've got the national economy, things are happening, regional economy, and you have your local economy. My message is look within your own budget, set your own goals, and then talk to a professional about what your next moves are, because we can help guide you through. Because guess what? We're using all the experience that we have through the years, and we have all the experience of our clients to help even guide you through to the next step, because it's all about entry strategy and exit strategy. And the faster we can sit down in front of you and talk to you about your specific plans and goals, the better. I mean, always look at it like a tailored suit, Of course, off the rack is one thing, but a tailored suit is it just takes you to a whole nother level, right?
Correct. And I just wanted to add right here that, I get a lot of calls from first-time home buyers and investors, and they say, okay, I'm ready to buy a house. And they're looking at houses and they don't even really understand like what the next step is. So I just want to put a pin in it right here and say, look, the lender is really the first person after you call me that you're going to talk to, so we can figure out what you qualify for and what all of your options are based on what you're trying to do, whether it's your, primary residence or your move up residence, or if you want to be a first-time investor. I have several clients right now who want to be first-time investors. And the first question I ask them is that, what does that mean for you? Because it means something different for every person. So these are some things that people should think about. What do you want your process to look like? What is it that you're looking to achieve, at the end of the day? How much money are you trying to make from this investment at the end of the day? How much money do you have to put down? Are you paying cash? Do you need financing? So these are a lot of the questions that your lender is going to ask you. So thank you for sharing that, those words of wisdom with our viewers. Okay, so looking at the areas that you serve, is there any city or area that you feel has the greatest potential for growth? And it's interesting that, that question is being asked because, that's one of the questions that sometimes people ask, where do you see the next growth in our area?
And that's really my question for you, Cheryl.
Well, again, we actually do have some demographics and we do have information as your trusted real estate professional. And we do have some, I guess, charts that we can provide to actually show where the most amount of people moved into a particular county or area. But aside from that, I don't think that that should be like your number one reason why you move based on the density of a particular area. There are some people who are maybe looking for a good deal and they can't afford the city that they really want to move into. And sometimes they want to, live on the fringes of those areas based on where they think the next big project is coming to the city. So as a recommendation, I would just recommend that potential buyers and investors look at the city planning map so that they can see which projects are coming to that particular area. And that would probably be helpful for those individuals who are looking for like the next big place where there's going to be a boom. And I'll just use National Harbor as an example. So National Harbor is, one of the, newest destination places in America. And before it got started, I mean, there was just a lot of hoopla from the residents of that area that, by National Harbor coming to that area, they were hoping that it would spur growth. And actually, as you can see from the construction that has gone on in that area since the inception of National Harbor to this day, to the current houses that are being developed in that area, that it is a place that has developed over time based on the influx of the commercial.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. One of the things I like to talk about, I think you wanted me to talk also about what's the minimum credit score for people.
Yes.
Okay. So minimum credit score for us, there's different types of loans, but the baseline loan person who wants to move in is 580 credit score. So we're usually going to go with FHA financing in that scenario. Conventional financing, our minimum credit score is 620. So that's the quick answer, 580 and 620.
Okay, but so at that 580 number, does that mean that there's a higher down payment requirement at the 580 mark versus the 620 mark?
Excellent question. No. So with the 580, you can still give you 3.5% down payment options. And with the 620, you have a 3% down option. And that's with the conventional financing. And I think the other thing that's important to know, most people want to know, where is the money, right? Where are people going to come up with down payment and closing costs with those numbers? Well, what we'll do is pair a person up with the right program for the area. Like we are one of the top lenders for the Maryland Mortgage Program. When DC Open Doors is available, we have that money. We're a preferred lender with them. Also with HPAP in the DC area and VHTA, which is a Virginia program, and all the other municipalities, cities rather, in the DMV area. They all have some money and available. They get it filtered down from the government. And then what we do is pass on to our clients. And then if none of that works, we have something called Chenoa. It's a down payment assistance program where it's not only 100% financing, but it can be more than 100% financing. So it can be really, say, 102% financing. Because what happens, with Chenoa, we'll give 3.5% down payment, okay? But we'll also give you a 5% down payment option. So we're going to cover the 3.5% down payment plus an additional 1.5% is going to go to a closing cost.
That's awesome.
And
a lot of people don't understand that that's available. And I know that there are some deeper questions that we can probably go into, but we'll save that for a whole nother time frame. And thank you for sharing that. I do want to add in that this is what your company offers. Every company is different. Every mortgage company has different products. And this is what Prime Lending has to offer as of today.
Yep.
their company, and anything can change at any time. So I just wanted to add that in. So we're about to wrap up here, and I just wanted to just close out with a couple of questions. Do you have any sage wisdom that you want to offer to buyers and sellers? And after that, like 10 years from now, what do you think will change, and what do you think will be the same in real estate in the DMV? So the wisdom first, and then your future projection.
Well, I guess the wisdom is, again, focus in on your own priorities. Also, don't be afraid of what I call renovation financing. That's something else that we offer our clients, where you see something that's broken down. It's, no one else seemingly wants it, but it's in the right neighborhood. It's perhaps, has it in the right school district, et cetera. Okay. We can help you not only buy it, but also fix it up. And so again, focus in on your scenario. You're going to have a lot of noise from other people, but the main thing is you've got to focus in on what's going to be best for you and your family, and what loan products are available for you to make your dreams a reality. So, yeah.
And then right before we close out, I know that you had some questions for me as a real estate professional. And the one question that we kind of started out with before we went live is you wanted to know what buyers and sellers should do with the information that they're finding online on various portals, right?
Right.
And so I was telling you that, and I'm telling our audience that there's a lot of information out on the internet. The internet, unfortunately, doesn't take bad information off of the internet. And so my answer to you and everyone else is, instead of you trying to sit there and figure out what the information is, or if it's right or if it's wrong, I just strongly suggest that you engage a licensed real estate professional to help you cipher through the information that you're seeing online. And we're here to help give you information. Some of the information may be correct, but there are some factors that may or may not be taken into consideration that will actually change what you're seeing out there. So before you start assuming that, your house is worth a certain number, please reach out to a licensed real estate professional in your area to get the real deal. So having said that, I just wanted to thank you for your time today. It's been my pleasure. Can you please leave us with information where potential buyers and sellers can obtain your information so they can get additional information or apply for a loan?
Sure, absolutely. I appreciate that. One of the things I have to do as well is give you my NMLS number, which is 658931. I'm Brian Washington with Prime Lending, and feel free to reach out to me at 202-409-8103, 202-409-8103. That's my phone number. Of course, you can text, and if you want an appointment, I'll even send you back my link to get on my calendar. Also, bwashington@primelending.com. Again, bwashington@primelending.com. Feel free to shoot me an email, and we can start the conversation there.
And I'll leave all your information in the comments as well below. Thank you so much. I'm Cheryl Abrams Davis, your DMV real estate professional. I can be found at Twitter, Ask Cheryl A, Instagram, Ask Cheryl A, AskCheryla, or 301-442-1011. Thank you so much. Till next time.
Thank you,
See
Cheryl.
ya. Thank you.